The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. In 1865, the estimated price from going to New York to San Francisco was about $1,000 and took many months. After the Transcontinental Railroad was built in 1870 and was started up, going from New York to San Francisco was only $65 and took only 6 days. The first Transcontinental Railroad is a line of tracks going 1,907 miles across the United States from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and it only took 6 years to make. It was built from 1863 to 1869, and it connected the Pacific coast at San Francisco Bay with the already existing Eastern U.S. rail network at Council Bluffs, Iowa. The reason the Transcontinental Railroad was built was to make it easier to go across country, to make traveling cheaper, and to connect the oceans. Theodore Judah made a plan and proposal for the making of the Transcontinental Railroad and begged Congress and got the land surveyed, which allowed all of this to happen. The time of the Pony Express and the Panic of 1857 and the raid on Harper's Ferry was now over. In came the 6 years of building the Transcontinental Railroad. The building of the Transcontinental Railroad was considered one of the greatest technological achievements of the 19th century. In November of 1860, the Big Four men, including Charles Crocker, Collis P. Huntington, Mark Hopkins, and Leland Stanford, established themselves as the board of directors. Before it could have even been built, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Pacific Railroad Bill of 1862, which authorized it. The Transcontinental Railroad connected the east and western sides of the United States and connected the two oceans on either side of the United States. The idea for the railroad was thought of by Theodore Judah, who somehow successfully got Congress to pass the Pacific Railway Act of 1862, which authorized the land grants that made it all possible. In building the Transcontinental Railroad, these thousands of Chinese workers became employed because Charles Crocker believed if the Chinese could build the Great Wall of China, then they can make the Transcontinental Railroad easily. So in January of 1865, the many Chinese were employed. Leland Stanford shovels the first pile of dirt on January 8, 1863 in Sacramento, California. The Central Pacific Railway Company built from Sacramento, California to the east starting in 1863, and the Union Pacific Railway Company built from Omaha, Nebraska, starting on July 10, 1865. They both built all the way until they met up in the center at Promontory Point, Utah on May 10, 1869, where they put in the golden spike to finish off the railroad in a big ceremony. Trips that used to take months to go across country now took days. Not only was there more travel and commerce, but there was more cities and towns all along the very busy tracks. All of this carved the path for the Industrial Revolution. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad caused change when it allowed people and goods to travel across country in 6 days instead of 6 months, as well as allowing cities to be built at a large scale all along the tracks. It also caused change by allowing communication and transportation and commerce along vast distances in the United States. The building of it also allowed the American economy to expand larger than ever before it was built. Also, the Transcontinental Railroad caused America to be knitted together in a way that no country had been before, and it paved the way for the Industrial Revolution to grow from east to west. The end.